He said he got it on one of them this morning, so like, well.
Okay, we will call the meeting to order. It is Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, any minutes and reports received and filed, ma'am?
Yes, we had the recorder's October 2021 fees and the county clerk's October 2021 fees.
Okay, Commissioner Committee Liaison Reports, upcoming meetings and events.
There's a Copa County Hazard Mitigation Planning meeting tomorrow. It's like 10 a.m. Monticello Road office. Copa County Communities Thursday morning, 7 a.m. Copa County Extension meeting Thursday night. Eastside Business Association Friday morning. And daylight savings time is Sunday. I think that's it. Important stuff.
Jeff, you mentioned the Cole County Communities on Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, evening is Bugle Boy out at St. Martin's. Friday is First Responders event at Cornerstone, and Chief Eric Hoy is going to be a speaker there, I believe.
Along with the sheriff.
Oh, you well, with the sheriff. Okay.
The sheriff will be leading us in song apparently as well.
There won't be many people there.
Next Tuesday, JC rep meeting. Although you're our liaison there, aren't you, Jeff? It's actually next Tuesday after. I got something from Luke this morning that said we should have gotten an invite to.
Yeah, Tuesday afternoon, 3 o'clock.
Okay, got it. That's it.
Okay. Today, are you going to try to make that Landmark Recovery Center open house at that? Wednesday, our Lions, which both of you have been there, they're drawing for guests to go. Thursday, we've got a school meeting at 1:30. I'm going to make that. Saturday for Jeff, we're having a sip and shop uptown from 3 to 7. Saturday and Sunday is Missouri Military Museum open house out at the Ike Skelton Center. And then Monday I've got a call with the library. So that's all I've got. Okay, commission comments. Bids and contracts. Approval and signing of the Maternal Child Health Services contract from MDHS.
Good morning. This is our annual renewal of the Maternal Child Health Services contract. So it pays for a portion of the nurse's salary that work on this project. In the last 3 years, our project has been working with pregnant women to reduce their tobacco use. So they come in, if they were reducing their use, they would get diapers as an incentive. But with this new contract, we had the opportunity to change our focus, and we're going to work on safe sleep for infants. When I go to the child fatality review panel boards, unfortunately, most of the child fatalities are due to unsafe or co-sleeping, unsafe sleep or co-sleeping situations. So we're going to work on safe sleep for this next contract period. So this is just the renewal of that contract.
A motion to approve and sign the Maternal Child Health Services contract with MDHSS.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Do we have any unfinished business? One thing for our communities, just so everybody knows, Eric and Nick are going to be the programs tomorrow at the chambers.
Thursday.
Huh?
Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I know we're losing an hour or gaining an hour, but I didn't want to lose a day.
If you cross the international date line. Okay. New business accounts payable review. Pending
Do
review.
we have some?
Yes.
Okay.
Motion to approve accounts payable pending review.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, discussion of 209-210 Adams Street.
So we put this out for bid, and we didn't receive any responses back, so Greg went ahead and collected quotes from Start Construction and GBH. And his recommendation is gonna go with GBH for $191,733.
We did a walkthrough with both companies at the same time, so it was apples to apples what they should have bid. So Jessica was at the meeting, took notes too, so it is what it is.
We've got to keep
Nothing-
moving on this because
Nothing fancy in any of the buildings, just straightforward.
That breakdown includes both buildings.
Both buildings.
both built, yeah.
Any drawings or anything, what they're doing?
We're not really changing, as far as drawings, we're just adding 2 walls, 2 doors on 209, taking down the old ductwork, putting
We
2
were
new.
talking about it earlier, and he was telling me about what we were doing,
And
and it
then-
all sounded fine, just didn't know if you had drawings, or where your scope of services, or the scope of work is at.
Scope of work is not a whole lot, Jeff. We're not moving any walls.
It is for $191,000.
Well, most of it's gonna be replacing the HVAC down in the Lowe's lower room. There's 8 units that have to be replaced. You got all new ceiling tiles we're putting in, all new lighting we're putting in bottom of Carnegie's, new flooring everywhere over there. Painting all the walls, patching the walls. A couple new doors that have to go in, door locks that have to go in.
Well, when we were talking this morning, that sounds reasonable, I just didn't know if you had something for us to.
Not really, we didn't have them draw up anything, we just walked through it with both contractors. They asked questions, we answered the questions right there and then. Jessica wrote everything down that we talked about, so that way if they had any questions, they could come back and ask. We're not, 209, we're just taking 4 rooftops off and putting only 2 back on. Same size that we're taking off is what we're putting back on, just for minimal. We're not doing anything fancy over there, just adding some lighting so we can see, since there is no lighting in the big area right now.
Did they have a scope of work on there when they sent you the bid?
Yeah, we gave them a scope of work. The bid.
I'm fine to award it today, but I wanna see what's going on, and can you send me did you send us the bids?
I didn't send you the quote, I sent you like the bid tab.
Yeah, I've got the tab is all, can you send those to me too? I
Yep,
just wanna look at them, make sure they're apples to apples and everything,
yep.
see what all we're getting for that, but I knew there was quite a bit of work needed to be done, and especially with the HVAC stuff, adds up quick, so. Yeah, are you good with GBH then?
Yes, I'm good with that, except I think we have just a little unfinished business on the courthouse lawn project that we're still. Debbie, are you on there? Have we lost? Debbie, aren't we still waiting for a final payment from them, final like $1,600 or something like that?
You keep cutting out, but if you're asking if I'm waiting for a final payment for GBH, yes, I am.
And what's the approximate amount of that?
About $1,680.
Okay, that's the only issue that's still outstanding. When all the final numbers were tabulated, and right at the end, there were a couple allowances in there that weren't needed. One was for some excavation and moving other rock or something, and at the end of the day, they've been overpaid by $1,600, and we continue to monthly bill them and don't get paid. So I'm hesitant to execute a contract with someone who's not paid us for monthly billing for about 3 months, I think, or more.
When did you find out we overpaid? I didn't,
Yeah, hadn't heard that either.
The last paperwork we received from Architects Alliance, when all the numbers were moved in and the liquidated damages were calculated and included, and those two allowances, one was to move the flagpole or monument base that wasn't needed. There were like two adjustments that ended up being around $17,000 to our benefit. And when we pulled that off of their last bill, it showed that they were overpaid by $1,600 and maybe $1,680.
So did the liquidated damages come out what we would have owed then, or how did we overpay them?
We overpaid them because two things: the liquidated damages and about a $17,600 pullback. That was
It was less?
It was less, yeah. And if it wouldn't have been for that pullback, we would still be paying them around $14,000-15,000. But when you pull that out on the final, the notice of adjustment or whatever, you might have more on that than I do, Debbie, but you're not in front of paperwork, perhaps.
I can send you the spreadsheet.
Well, this is a different bid, though. I'd be okay with awarding it, and then we just need to get with them and work that out, because that was a different project. This is a new project, but we've got to get going on getting this done, so.
I agree, and I'm not suggesting we have to stop, but I want that wrapped up at some point,
Yeah.
and the point is now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I'm fine awarding it to them today with the condition that is taken care of and we're able to close that out.
Is that a motion?
We still had some issues with the amount of liquidated damages, but we've asked them to come up and talk to us about it, so that's kind of on them.
Bless you.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll make a motion. We award it to GBH Builders
Bless you.
and with the condition that we settle the other issue before. I mean, we can make that with part of the contract. We don't
Yeah.
award the contract, so.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Let's move ahead.
Thanks, Greg.
Okay. ARPA Advisory Committee discussion. We have it on our website now, right, Deb?
No, we do not.
Oh,
We're still waiting for the final wording of that memo I sent around. I know there was some suggestions about word changing, but there was also some suggestions about how many members to the board. So I don't really have a confirmed copy of that to put on the website yet. Do you want me to not mention number of people on the board? Or how would you like that to be done?
That's gonna be an hour discussion in itself. It's how many people, I think.
I don't think there's a solid carved in stone number, and I don't know why we'd have to say it's going to be X size, this many, whenever we're looking for people to respond. So I don't know. We'll have to work that.
Do you want to put out on the website as just that first paragraph, not going into the details about how many? And also, do you want that application to be behind it for them to fill out in order to apply to be on the committee?
I would still do an application. I think we require that for our other boards and committees, so I think this is just as important, so I would do the application as well.
How about if we don't advertise or broadcast or publish the number of members at this point, and give them the application and.
I don't know, it would just be easier to get your rules out there ahead of time, to how you're gonna handle it. So if somebody doesn't, if we get an overwhelming amount of people, that, that they understand there was only gonna be a 5-member group, or, so they know their odds of getting on may not happen.
Well, just say the advisory committee will be, is comprised by a limited number of members with equal members,
Okay.
et cetera.
I can reword that to say that.
And then by them filling out an application, we'll know that they're a resident of Cole County, right? I mean, are we going to tell them this is, we say, when we say outside the city limits, well, that's not good enough. It's within Cole County and outside the city limits. These are going to be Cole Countyans, correct? I mean, that's understood?
Well, I think last time you had talked about a certain number from inside the city limits and then a certain number of county, not inside it.
Right, but as written, it says 3 in the city and 3 outside the city. But it's got to say 3 outside the city, but within the county.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
So it's just the Jeff City, not all the other little cities.
They're in the county. They're covered by being in the county.
I think you just need to spell it out. You want 3 from inside the Jeff City limits.
We want an equal number of members. Half of the members will be from within the city limits of Jefferson City. The other half will be from Cole Countyans not within the city.
I don't have a magic number. 6 is not the number, not in my mind, but.
I still wouldn't do
Jefferson
more than
capacity, I
10.
want them to serve as, and then
We don't have to lock ourselves into a number today.
No. We just need to get,
You may change your mind depending on the applicant.
yeah, we just
Right.
need to get this posted so we can,
I'm fine with posting it, and then the application form is 1 page, it's really simple, it gets us your contact info, so I'm fine with going ahead with that. I think it's gonna be, depending on where you inject this committee at, if it's before BKD even sees applications and we give them guidance, then the more the merrier, the more input we have on it, the better, and I don't care if they're inside the city or outside of city limits, because if you're gonna say a certain number have to be inside of the city of Jefferson, then you need to have certain number from, city of Wardsville, city of Taos, St. Martin's, and have all them represented as well. Because Jefferson City, all of them, they got their own pot of money too, so. They're not gonna ask us how to spend their money, are they? I don't care if they're inside the city limits or not.
well, we can take out the equal number part and just say they have to be citizens of Jefferson City or Cole County. And,
Total number of
or
towns.
Cole County. Or, well, yeah. Just, yeah.
Because if you say residents of Jefferson City or Cole County, there are a handful of residents north of the river within the city.
Okay, they just must be residents of Cole County.
So take out the city altogether.
Yeah, just put Cole County, and that way, because, we might get an abundance of really good people from the county, and we say, well, sorry, you can't serve on the committee because we've got our, so. Sometimes I agree with Jeff.
So we're
Okay.
okay with running the ad, the application.
Yeah, just
Take out
post.
the numbers.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm just gonna put comprised of a limited number of members within the Cole County limits. And then there will be a link to the application on the website.
Good. Okay,
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Kristen.
anything else? Okay. Chelsea, first reading of budget adjustment number 22.
Speak up.
Would you like to introduce yourself? I don't know if anybody's met you before.
Would it?
Usually not at these meetings.
Okay, so I have the first reading of a budget adjustment number 22. It is for $9,286, and it's for a new grant for EMA.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. No action taken today. First reading of budget adjustment number 23.
Okay, is for $3,400, and this one is also for a new grant for EMA.
Okay, thank you. We will vote on those next week. Purchase of radio consoles with turnkey mobile.
So this will actually be a request for a sole source process with Turnkey Mobile. Our current Chevy Tahoes have the stock center consoles and stock storage compartments. This presents some difficulties when responding to and working on incidents. So we're asking that we purchase aftermarket consoles that will allow us to house our computers, radio heads, all of those sorts of stuff, and then a storage piece for the back to keep all the equipment secure in case of an accident or something like that. This was approved as a capital request for 2021 at, I believe, $30,000 for the line item. The quote that I'm asking for to move forward with is for $11,300, I think. So if we could sign off on the sole source so that we can get moving on that and get that purchased, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, you had emailed us information, we had it budgeted, so, okay to move on.
Yeah, we like that it's less.
So it's our sole. Our motion today is to do the sole source advertising?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. A motion to do a sole source advertising for the aftermarket consoles for the Chevy Tahoes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Chief?
Do we have any other issues before we go into closed session?
Do you have me to give an update like I did for this?
Yeah. Come on. Yes, please.
At least it won't be echoing last night. I did it from home in the city council meeting. It was awful. I just gave them a quick update that said that, positive cases and hospitalizations really trended down over the last month. I think Ches and I were looking at the numbers. In September, we had a couple days where it was over in the 20s. In October, we didn't have a single day that, cases were reported over 20. So it's a downward trend. It's there. It's not like a steady downward line, but a definite downward trend. And the hospitalizations are better. Yesterday, I think one hospital had 5 and the other one had 7, but they're still accepting transfers from other areas. And one hospital reported that a couple weekends ago they even had 0. So doing a lot better than a few months ago. And then I showed a chart that kind of broke down the explanation of additional doses and third doses. Because if you got Pfizer or Moderna and you're immunocompromised, you could get additional dose 28 days after your second dose. And then 6 months from then, you're eligible for a booster dose. So there's some people that if they're immunocompromised, really within a span of, 8 or 9 months, they could have got 4 doses. So it gets very confusing for people. And there's some great information on DHSS's website, so I tried to walk through that flow chart. But it's pretty confusing with lots of arrows and boxes and circles. So the big advice is if you have any questions about whether or not you should get a vaccine at all, whether you're eligible for a booster, any of that, talk to your doctor. They're going to know your health history. Do your research, look up the information. And we are starting COVID vaccinations back up on Thursday. And I think all our staff are a little bit worried about how busy we're going to be. We received so many positive comments when we had the clinics in the back conference rooms and lots of people calling saying, when are you going to do COVID vaccine? It worked so well when we came. We want to come to you again. So I think we're a little bit worried that we're going to be busy, but we'll offer Pfizer and the Johnson & Johnson. We don't have the Moderna right now. But that's the other thing is even if you got your first 2 doses of Moderna, you can get a Pfizer as the booster dose. So mixing and matching the manufacturers is fine. So we should be able to serve, any of our clients that want a booster dose. And if not, all the healthcare organizations have vaccine as well as the retail pharmacies. So we have all the flu clinics finished between the last week of September and October. Our nurses did 41 off-site clinics at either schools or schools or businesses. So that's a lot of work for 6 nurses. We did get a 7th one hired, so I hate to say it out loud, but we are fully staffed right now. I'm hoping to continue that. Yeah, today they're at a local business doing biometrics for them, over 100 people, so taking their blood and doing all the biometrics for their, cholesterol screenings and all that, so, and doing flu shots while they're there too, so pretty busy. Friday, we will not have clinic services because there's a bi-state infectious disease conference that our nurses are going to attend in St. Louis. It's rare that we would allow all of them to attend on the same day, but there's got some really great topics and some mental health stuff, and I think it'll be good for them to all go and be able to attend that conference.
So on Thursdays when we're doing people that have not been vaccinated at all,
Anybody.
can they still, it's not just boosters, you'll do
right.
both.
Right,
And we're out of the red now too.
right, yeah.
Yeah, I heard, saw that on TV.
Right, yeah, they removed us from the hotspot because our case numbers are below
Yeah.
the state average. So we're doing really well. The schools are doing well. I know Blair Oaks won't attend the school meeting on Thursday because their volleyball girls are headed to state, which is awesome. But I saw the principal and the superintendent last night, and they said that they're doing really well. I look at the dashboards occasionally just in case people ask, and JC is doing really well too, the whole district. So.
Cool, thanks.
Yep.
I just want to touch on our toy drive real quick. So in the past, EMS has participated in the Marine Corps Reserve's Toys for Tots. This year, we're taking a little bit more of an active role with the goal of filling an entire ambulance with donated toys. So the request would be as you guys attend events in the community, churches, whatever, and have your holiday programs, if it's something that you are interested in, to having EMS attend to collect toys, we're more than happy to participate in that way. Also, we're taking drop-off donations at headquarters Monday through Friday during normal business hours. So.
Cool, thanks. Nice job.
Harold got you, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He's good. He's very good. So, anything else?
Motion to go into closed session pursuant to Section 610.021 of the revised statutes of Missouri. The commission will go into closed session to discuss the following personnel issues, Section 610.021, subsection 13.
Second.
Roll call.
Sam,
Yes.
Harry,
Yes.
Jeff.
Yes.
Aaron, did you only mention personnel because mine says real estate as well?
We took it out.
Okay.
Thank you.